Actor Abhishek Bachchan, who has bought a team, Jaipur Pink Panthers, in the Pro Kabaddi League, hopes for a very bright future of the sport. At a press meet, Abhishek talked about his initial tryst with Kabaddi and the future he envisages for the league.
Abhishek, I remember some of the films. Amit ji has played Kabaddi, and I think in one of the films you have also played Kabaddi. How much Kabaddi you know, and how much Kabaddi you have played really, and how much support you have from Amit ji's side for this league?
How much support I have from where? I couldn't hear your question. How much support I have from? Yes, as film actors we get to play Kabaddi a lot. In my childhood I've played a fair amount of Kabaddi. When I was studying in New Delhi, I used to play for my school. I mean, I was very young. I was in, I think, 3rd or 4th standard. So my childhood I did play a fair amount of Kabaddi, which my father taught me. And my first ever experience of Kabaddi was in a movie called Ganga Ki Saugandh, in which my father played Kabaddi. And to go on, and then I did a movie a few years ago called Yuva, in which I played Kabaddi. And so yes, I have played a fair amount of Kabaddi. I have a little bit of knowledge, not as much as our very esteemed coaches in our league. And I expect the full support of my family. And they're very excited about the fact that we've put together a league which is promoting an Indian sport. And I look forward to the support of my family and the rest of my fraternity as well.
अभिषेक, जैसे कि आईपीएल में ग्लैमर हम देख रहे हैं, शाहरुख खान हैं, शिल्पा शेट्टी हैं, प्रीति जिंटा हैं, अगर इस तरह के और एक दो सितारे होते तो शायद और ज़्यादा।
मैं काफ़ी नहीं हूँ आपके लिए।
यार तुमने बोल के सब करवा कर दिया।
Abhishek?
Because this is a new venture, many of you might have been part of the auction process for the first time. So if you can share your, experience, how it has been, how fierce was the company,
Well, having not slept in the last 24 hours, I thought it would be a great task to maintain any sort of sensibility throughout. But from the minute it started, it's an exhilarating process. It's amazing how exciting the entire process of the auction is, and I'm sure all the esteemed franchisee owners on the dais will agree with me. It's something which I'm pretty sure most of us are doing for the first time, but it's been a very exhilarating experience for each and every one of us.
And how much of the research has gone into
How much?
research regarding players and products, leading to this?
So if we tell you all our strategies, then they'll all get to know and they'll take my players, no? There's been an in-depth research. Everybody has their teams in place, a research team, their coaches. We've all been consulting with them for a fair amount of time. So judging from the buys that have been made so far in the A category, I'd say each and every team has done their research very well. And so far as whatever has transpired, I think each and every team has made very intelligent buys. And the auction only promises to get more exciting from here on in. But I think everybody has pretty much got the teams that they were set out to buy. So just to further your question, I think with regards to everybody who has invested in the Pro Kabaddi League, I think we see a huge future, we see a lot of potential, but as in any business venture that you start, you have to have belief. And I think everybody believes in the sport. Compared to, mighty leagues like the IPL, we might seem like small fish. But we have, we believe, a very bright future. We all have a great amount of conviction in the league, in the governing of the league, in the players, and in the audience. And our start might be very modest, but we hope and pray that with your support as well, that the league will only grow in popularity. As it grows, I'm sure the numbers will blossom as well. So you heard the kind of business model, our revenue streams, everything. But I think it all starts with a great amount of belief on behalf of each and everyone sitting on this dais today, to believe that this is something that can, in time to come, be very big. And it's that belief that is why we're sitting here, and we want to sit here for a very long time, not today in the press conference, but in the Pro Kabaddi League, and support this and make it into something very fruitful, as Jabu said.